Nurture is always the pain point. The consistency of the 3-month bump to ensure that agents were maintaining contacts with their nurtured leads was something that was a huge pain point for us. Realtair was able to solve that for us very quickly. We're finding now the consistency of that nurture is resulting in people responding who we've never spoken to before, that have just come off a market report. We've continued to nurture them over 6 to 9 months, and then they respond with an email saying, "Hi Melissa, please list my property for sale." What? They've had 3 emails. That happened twice in the space of a week with the same agent that strictly follows their process, which is fantastic. For us, that nurture process is quite detailed, and it's run by our VAs to ensure that it's not labour intensive for our agents. But the reality is that it's easy. We're able to make that transition very, very quickly, making sure that all of those turned into Realtair, and we were able to slide into that. The initial pain point for us was, okay, we've got to create all these templates again. A lot of our salespeople have their own personal brand, so we wanted to make sure that they were all personally branded, bespoke to those people, that everybody felt really comfortable about what their proposal looked like and had all the functions that they'd had previously. Following a process, but making sure that it's easy is the most important part, and that's where Realtair come in as that nurture partner for us. When people hit the ground on day one, you want them to be able to list and sell that day. By that time, they've had their personal branding consultation, they've had their social media pumped out, they've had all of their assets created before they get there. So you want to make sure that Realtair is one of those assets. For us, the big things that it's allowed is visibility. It's also allowed us to measure. I had an excellent conversation with another business owner this week who said, if it's not in the CRM, it doesn't count. So for us, if it's not a Realtair, then it doesn't count because we're not measuring it, we're not nurturing it. The notes aren't going into the system and reader products crawling over it and newsletters going out, and you've got all the multi-pronged prospecting tools that are going with it. If we aren't utilising the tools that we have effectively, they're a huge waste of your time and energy because listings are so tight. Why would we not utilise every advantage that we have in market to get the best result? Having that tech where you can see that it's been sent to Sydney, it's been sent to Paris. Hang on, there's probably multiple stakeholders that are involved in this. Maybe when you look at it and the property's been owned for 30 years, mum and dad may have passed away, or they may have son, daughter, whatever it be, making the decisions here. How do I approach the situation with care and respect to ensure that just don't come at it like a bull in a gate and bully some 85-year-old man into coming to the market? On these days, and there are 3 or 4 a year, where everybody gets together, we have a collective goal for the day, which was to hit 200 appraisals for that morning. Basically, we started with a typical sales meeting. We ran some scripts, some really good reasons to be calling. Everybody already had their call list. They hit the phones and they smashed that 200 appraisals within the 2 hours, well and truly. So then we went on a big scavenger hunt through the jungle, which is like a huge big playland. We exclusively booked it out. So it was just us, a whole bunch of adults, really enjoying that. We hid tokens for prizes in the Jungle Gym, all sorts of really cool subscriptions and prizes from some of our supporting sponsors, and it was just a really awesome, fun day. It was an incredible amount of appraisals, and the beautiful thing is now we've been doing it for quite some time, we're able to track the results from those initial appraisals, which is awesome. So how many have turned into actual in-person appraisals as opposed to a market update, for example, how many have turned into listings, turned into sales, and continuing to create a nurture process around them so they're not falling through their gaps is where Realtair has been a handy tool for us, but also making sure that that process is consistently followed up. It was important to create a culture of success, a culture of excellence, and to expect results, but also to understand that when everybody is achieving collectively, it's a much easier buy-in, right?